Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I want to make a video giving my thoughts on the future property update whenever this will come out in Red Dead Online. And normally I don't cover leaks or rumors because there isn't really any credibility or evidence behind it, but this one actually has some evidence behind it because data miners have actually found in the files of the Naturalist DLC apparent plans for the next DLC, which involves properties. And the previous DLC, the Naturalist DLC, that was also found in files before the DLC was even revealed. So this does have credibility behind it, and I will also link the article that I will be going through here. And the leak was brought about by data miner 2smokeandbarrels, which I want to give credit to also. But in this article from whatculture.com, we have basically this, which in the files, it talks about different properties that we can get. And there's no other indication of anything else in this DLC that we can get besides properties, but properties are one of the most requested things in Red Dead Online ever since the launch of the game. Now, I've noticed the two most requested features in this game that I've seen from people is people want to be able to rob banks, rob trains, commit some kind of robbery. So robberies are the #1 most requested thing that I've seen. The #2 most requested thing that I've seen is being able to own some kind of house, some kind of property. And I will have some people in the comments that will argue with me and tell me what the Moonshine is. Shack was your first property. I mean, kind of in a way, it was a first property, but we couldn't really do anything in it besides the Moonshine business. And a lot of players want a property that, you know, we can customize, we can go inside, we can change the look of it, we can invite our friends, have a bunch of activities to do inside, something that's specifically for us, not tied to a business. And hopefully this DLC, whenever this DLC comes out, it delivers. Now this DLC, I could see this DLC coming out either in October, because the Outlaw Pass runs out on October 19th. Now, we will apparently be getting some kind of Halloween Pass also there, and that Halloween Outlaw Pass will be much shorter, but we could get a DLC with this in October, so this might be a DLC that just focuses on houses, nothing else really, and because of that we might get a smaller Outlaw Pass, or we could possibly get it in December, but I strongly believe this update will come out in this year. So what do we have exactly here? So this is exactly what was found. We have document McFarlane's Ranch Deed 45, document Butcher Creek Shack Deed 50, document Strawberry Hotel Room Deed 60, document Silent Steed Deed 80, document Crop Farm Deed 100, document Crop Farm Reed Rustic 100, document Lodge Farm Deed 125, document Saint Denis Mansion Deed 600. Now, the good thing about this is this shows that there's going to be multiple properties apparently to purchase. It's not just going to be one location, which I like, that there's going to be different locations spread around the map. However, though, take into account that these numbers are not cash. This apparently represents gold bars. So for the McFarlane Ranch Deed, which is the cheapest one, that costs 45 gold bars. But for the Saint Denis Mansion, this costs 600 gold bars. Now, this is subject to change. This can change in the future. But I could see that Rockstar could potentially make this into a gold bar exclusive, because there is a lot of players that have grinded a lot of cash in this game, and gold bars are nowhere as easy to get in this game as cash. And since every single update that we get now, you know, it used to be 15 gold for each roll, then it became 25 gold with the Moonshiner Naturalist roll, I could see this being exclusively to gold bars. But there's also a possibility that it could be that we could have a cash option. Now, a lot of players, if we have a cash option, they might just want to buy gold bars for this because they might not want to wait. But on the other hand, it's also going to be really expensive. Now, if we take into account how much cash would this possibly be if we were to translate it, let's take a look at the Saint Denis Mansion, which would be the most expensive one. Now, most people agree that a gold bar in Red Dead Online is equal to around $24, $25. If we take, for instance, $25 and we multiply that by 600, that's about $15,000. About $15,000, but I could see this mansion being up to $20,000. That's what I could see it. I could see it being even more than that, because back in 1898, $1 was equivalent to about 30 US dollars. So I could see this mansion being much more, and a lot of people have grinded a lot in this game, so there are people that have a decent amount of money, but there's also newer players that don't have as much time to grind, so I could completely understand their perspective on this. But let's go through the properties first, like around the areas where they could possibly be located. I will only be looking at the areas that are specifically named. So let's look at McFarlane Ranch. Now, you know, some people have said, oh, that we're going to get access to the big house. No, I don't believe that we're going to have access to the big house. That is Bonnie's house. I don't think that Bonnie is going to let anybody else in, and that's part of the story in Red Dead Redemption 1, which takes place after Red Dead Redemption 2, so I highly, highly doubt that Bonnie's house is anything to do with this ranch deed. If anything, it might be a single room in her house, but that's it. I don't think that her house has anything to do with this. If we look on the outside, though, there's a number of houses that you cannot go inside. And the houses that you cannot go inside, I think that those houses are going to be one of the ranch deeds. Because with the Moonshine Shack, remember, the Moonshine Shacks were located already around the map. They were located basically since launch. They were there. We just could never go inside them. So this, one of these houses here, this could be the ranch deed. This could be a very small, you know, 1-2 room house located in McFarlane's Ranch, and the nice thing about this is that there's a fast travel point right at McFarlane's Ranch, so you could spawn in here and you'd have a fast travel point. Now, the next location that we have on here is the Butcher Creek Shack deed, and this is 50 gold. And what has me puzzled about this is that this one is more expensive than McFarlane's Ranch, because you would think that this one would actually be the cheapest one. Now, Butcher's Creek, this is located to the west of Van Horn. It is located to the southwest of Annesburg, and it's in Roanoke Ridge. It's in a pretty isolated area, and it's also home to the Murphys, you know, that creepy gang. This area, kind of a swampy, creepy place, and on top of that, there's a lot of hostile NPCs in this area. They don't shoot at you on sight, but if you accidentally shoot your gun, or if you're fighting another enemy, they will most likely go after you. Now, I actually rode into Butcher's Creek just to take a look at some of the properties, and I saw that there was already 2 players in here, and they were just basically fighting the NPCs. And they got killed by the NPCs. Newer players, I tried to revive one player. I made a stupid mistake. I accidentally executed him instead of reviving him, because I'm used to reviving people with the square button in games, not with the triangle. But these 2 players, you can see right here, they got attacked by the random NPCs in Butcher Creek, and they died. So I would not think that this would be a good location, really, for, you know, a property. And looking around, you know, there are a bunch of shacks that you can't go inside, which one of them would probably be it. If anything, it might be the biggest shack. There's like a 2-floor house shack here. That might be it, since this is a little bit bigger than the McFarlane Ranch homes. But on the other hand, you know, kind of a weird place, you know, to have a property. You know, kind of destroyed, kind of run down, kind of a creepy place to have it. Now, we move on to the next location, the Strawberry Hotel Room. Now, this is obviously going to be in the town of Strawberry, and the thing that I've noticed, a lot of people keep pointing to the Strawberry Hotel that you can go inside, and they're saying, oh, it's going to be one of these rooms. No, I don't necessarily think that, because you can already go inside these rooms. These rooms in this hotel, this is the same building, you know, where you meet Harriet and Gus. You can already go inside these rooms, and you can, you know, find things in these rooms. So, you know, I've seen collectibles before spawn in these rooms. So, I doubt that Rockstar is going to randomly lock us out of these rooms, and they're going to tell us that, oh, now you need to purchase a deed to be able to go in these rooms. But if it's not in this building, where is it? Here's the thing. There's a second hotel in Strawberry. The second hotel is this building right here. A lot of players miss this. I strongly believe that it's going to be in that building, because we haven't seen what that building looks like, and it's probably going to be just like the Moonshine business. You go inside, and you have a little animation where you go inside, and it's like a whole different world inside. It's not like where you just transition into a room like in the other buildings. So it's probably going to be like the Moonshine business there, but we'll see. It says hotel room, which indicates probably just one room. Are we going to be able to explore the whole hotel, or are we just going to be able to go into one room? We'll have to see. Now, moving on to the other properties found in the files, the Silent Steed deed, 80 gold. We have the Crop Farm deed, 100 gold, and we have the Document Lodge Farm deed, 125 gold. Now, I'm not certain where these might be, but I'm curious about what makes these more expensive than the others. Is it size? Is it location? Is it features that we can do with something that we can do with them? Because on one of them it says that they're a farm, crop farm, and then there's also rustic crop farm. So curious if there's any side activity to that, if it's maybe like some type of farm business on the side, because, you know, I know people have said that they wanted a rancher role for some time. I don't know how that could work. Maybe that's how they could implement that with this property. We'll have to see. Now, as for the lodge farm here, 125 gold. Now, you know, this, I would like to see something in the Snowy Amberinos. Now, a lot of you guys seen my streams, you know I love this region so much, and I wish there was more stuff to do up here, and I think this would be a perfect place to, like, have a lodge right up here, something that, a new building that you could have right up here, and players can maybe choose the location where they want their lodge. Imagine if you had the option of either, you know, you pay up front for the property and it's built for you, or on the other hand, you can go out in the world and you can kind of craft the lodge. Imagine if you can, like, gather resources like logs and other materials, and then you can kind of, like, craft it and build it together. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? I personally think I would like that, if I could craft my own house, if I could find materials, and then I could build it up and, you know, maybe do, like, mini games where you build up the house. I was thinking maybe it'd be something similar to single player, where you have that catalog with the houses. So we'll have to see how that works exactly. Now, hopefully these houses, you know, have good customization, and this brings me to my last property, which is the Saint Denis Mansion. Now, in Saint Denis, there are several mansions that you cannot go inside that are all around, and it's going to be one of these. Now, these mansions, I've noticed they have kind of a garage or a stable right next to them. So I think that's going to be probably a feature of them, is that you're going to be able to store, you know, horses. You're going to be able to get your different horses out of them, and also store your vehicle wagons in there. I think that'll be a feature of them. Now, there's two mansions that we can currently access. One is the mayor's house, which is this big white building, and you can go into most rooms. There's some rooms that are locked, but you get a general idea of what a mansion could look like. Now, I don't know if it's going to look as fancy as the mayor's house. We also have another mansion. We have Angelo Bronte's mansion. Now, in order to get into Angelo Bronte's mansion, you would need to use the bounty wagon, climb up on the bounty wagon, climb up on the balcony, and then shoot the window, and then you just basically crawl through the window and you can get inside. And it's kind of strange that you can actually find certain items like jewelry inside his house, even though all of the doors are locked, but this gives us kind of an idea of what mansions could possibly look like, and this is what a lot of players have wanted. And I'm going to say this, these mansions need customization. That is extremely important. They need customization, and good customization. Let us change the colors on the walls, let us move furniture around, let us place tables, chairs, paintings, beds, let us choose where to put that stuff. That way, when you get invited to a player's mansion, like another player, they'll have a completely different interior than you. They'll have completely different things all around, all in different places, so it's not the same thing. Because like in GTA Online, in that game, whenever you go to somebody's house or you go to their apartment, it's always pretty much the exact same thing. There is no difference, and it's kind of boring. Maybe add some activities that you could do inside the house. Maybe, you know, add dominoes, maybe add, you know, they could even add a new game. Maybe they could add a pool table, you know, add five-finger fillet, you know, liar's dice, a poker table, other activities. Maybe let us buy mash from the moonshine business right inside here, or let us buy supplies for the trader camp business. You know, let us manage some of the other businesses inside the house. Let us do other things, so it's not just some place that you go inside, you get bored, and then you very rarely go back inside. You know, make it unique. And as for the price at the end, 600 gold, I don't know if that's going to be the final price. This is a strong possibility because Rockstar, they have made, the previous rolls used to be 15 gold each, and now new rolls like Naturalist and Moonshiner are 25 gold each. So it is possible that they could lock it behind gold bars, but I could see massive outrage from the community if they do that. Now, I personally think that the mansion, like the mansion, for instance, it should be something that you grind for. Now, I don't want people to think that I'm pointing to an endless grind. I don't like endless grinds. I don't like that. I like grinding for stuff in games, but I don't like it if it's like a crazy, insane, endless grind. I think that that's kind of ridiculous. Now, the mansion, in my opinion, should be something that you work for. It shouldn't be something that everybody can get right off the bat, because if everybody can get it right off the bat, that kind of, you know, ruins the value of a mansion. If everybody can get it right away, then, you know, everybody's going to have it. It should be something that, you know, you play the game for a decent amount of time, you work hard in the game, and you can eventually get it. Not something that you can get right away, or something that you have to grind for a long time for. Now, let me know what you guys think of this down below. I am excited for this DLC, and, you know, I think this might be the DLC that I'm the most excited for, because I really want to see properties in this game. A lot of players have wanted, and like I've said many times in my streams, we have so much money, and a lot of players have so much money and so much gold bars they stocked up, and there's very little things to buy, so hopefully this update fills in the gap on that. But let me know what you think down below, and if you guys enjoyed my video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, you might subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.